Oi, Foster.
Hey, Alexia.
Tudo bem?
Everything's good?
Sabe o que eu vou falar agora?
Probably about Cambly.
Sim, about Cambly. E dessa vez eu não falei errado o nome.
Clumbly.
Bom, pessoal, mais uma vez estamos aqui para falar sobre o Cambly. E é engraçado porque essa semana eu fiz uma enquete no Instagram sobre as pessoas que já fizeram a nossa aula de graça com o Cambly e pessoas responderam que ainda não fizeram por vergonha.
Yeah. So I have been teaching English for over 10 years, and the strangest thing happens that everyone wants to learn English, but 95% of students that I interact with do not want to speak with native English speakers. So there's something wrong here, don't you think, Alexia?
Tem muita coisa estranha, tem muita coisa errada. E uma das coisas que eu sempre falo para os nossos alunos e para os meus amigos e para as pessoas que me mandam mensagem é: a única forma de se aprender inglês é falando. Então, ultrapasse essa barreira, perca a sua vergonha que o professor vai estar ali para te ajudar. Então, é simplesmente uma troca. E o Cambly Inglês no Cru estão dando essa opção, essa oportunidade para vocês.
It's free. How do you learn to play soccer? You don't watch YouTube videos. You play soccer. Get on the field. Go to Cambly.com. Do it. Let's stop being mean to our listeners and get on with the show.
Sim, só uma coisa mais importante. Para você ganhar aula de graça, é só colocar o cupom inglês de Cru no aplicativo ou no site cambly.com. É
Whoop, whoop.
isso.
On with the show. Oi, fala aí, pessoal. Bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês no Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English. Well, hey, Alexia.
This is very wrong.
I promise that is my first and last attempt at a British accent for the day. But today, Alexia, we're talking about England,
England.
about Britain.
About British people.
Yeah, and about Brazilians in Britain.
Of course.
Okay, so
Indeed. I'm sorry.
indeed.
Uh,
Okay, we need to stop and just speak in our normal English. So last week, more or less last week, Alexia and I went to England for a wedding. Parabéns, congratulations, Vito and Louisa.
yes. We didn't tell you guys because it was very confusing and it was a lot to do in just 5 days. So that's it. We went to London and Oxford.
Yes, we went to London and Oxford. So before we get started talking about Brazilians in England, which there are a lot of them, um, opinions, impressions, Alexia? What did you think about England?
I love England. I really do. I love all about England. I love their accent, but it's damn expensive.
Can I correct one thing?
Uh-huh.
You said I love all about England. I would say I love everything about England.
Okay. I love everything about England.
Yeah, I agree. England is a beautiful place. Alexia and I both have experience in England. I studied in Oxford when I was in university, and Alexia studied in the south of England in a city called Swanage when she was
16 years old.
16 years old.
Yeah.
So, England is a place that we both have very happy, fond memories of. What about this time? Anything in particular stand out to you?
Um, Maybe the way I looked at the cities, like with my grown up eyes,
Mm-hmm.
that this time I could go to the pubs, I could enjoy a little bit more of the nightlife, things like that.
Yeah, yeah. I could not look at England with my grown-up eyes because when we went, I was only 28. Now I'm 29. So
No.
I don't know.
um, about Oxford. Oxford is amazing. It's simply amazing.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, Oxford is essentially just a university city. The University of Oxford has, I think, over 100 colleges. Most of them are hundreds and hundreds of years old. I studied there for one summer when I was 19, and honestly, it is the best place to study in the world.
Yeah, just to make it clear, because a lot of people won't understand this the way I didn't. So, there is Oxford, the city, of
Hmm.
course, and there is Oxford University. Think about an umbrella. So, Oxford University is the umbrella, and under the umbrella, there are all the colleges that are
Yes.
part of the University of Oxford.
Yes. And it is a little complicated and it's different from the educational system in the US. In the US, a university and college, we use those words interchangeably.
Yeah,
So in the US, I say I went to university in Tennessee or I went to college in Tennessee. That's the same thing. In Britain, you could say I went to Oxford University and people would say, "Oh, what college?" And you would say St. John's College or something like that.
yeah,
Make sense?
makes sense.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so we went to this wedding
Mhm.
to my great friends, and we were in a group of Brazilians, German, and Thailand, right?
Thai.
Thai.
Someone from Thailand is a Thai person.
Yes, it's a Thai and American. You were the only American there.
Yep. That's a very common feeling for me being the only
Oh
American.
no, you weren't.
Oh yeah, then one other American appeared briefly. Yep.
And we had a lot of fun. It was great. But we want to talk about the Brazilians that we met there.
Yeah. So I think the most interesting thing to point out is we spent more or less 5 days in England, and I don't think I truly met one British person.
That's
I
true.
met people from all over the world, had conversations with Brazilians, Germans, Thai people, everywhere, but really no British people.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
England is super international, and especially London.
London is, I didn't hear English on the streets at all.
Yeah.
I heard every kind of language around the world,
Hmm.
but no English.
Yeah. And I think we can do an episode on the fact if that is a good thing or a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just tell some of our stories about Brazilians in London.
Yeah.
So, which one do you want to start with?
I want to start with the waiter.
Ooh, can I tell this one?
Yes.
Okay. So, we had a big table for 8 people at an Italian restaurant in London. And for some reason, one of our friends got lost. So, everyone was looking for that friend. And at the table, it was just me and Tomás, one of our Brazilian friends. So the waiter came up to our table in a perfect British accent, asked us what we wanted to drink, if we wanted anything while we were waiting on our friends. And I was like, so nice, British people. And Tomás and I were sitting there speaking in Portuguese. And when the waiter returned, he was like, E aí, galera, já decidiu que você quer comer algo? And we were like, wait, what? And he's like, "You're Brazilians. I think I should speak to you in Portuguese." But we're like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "Espírito Santo."
Capixaba.
Yeah. So then we played a very funny joke.
A
We had,
prank, right?
yeah, we pulled a prank on one of our friends, making a joke about football.
No, I was part of the prank. I didn't know about anything. When I came back to the table after trying to find our friend, Aninha, which was lost, we came back and the waiter came back to the table and asked us in perfect English, um, what do you want? And I was trying to understand what was the best dish to order.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, where are you from? And then we said, we are from Brazil. Oh, Brazil, that's so cool. I have a friend from Brazil that taught me how to say, um, I think an expression in Portuguese. And I was like, oh, really? Which is that? And then our other friend, Bogo, which the prank was for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was super paying attention on it. And he was like, oh, what's that?
Mm,
And then the guy turned and said, I think the expression was about soccer. No, football.
yeah.
It was about football. And it was something to be with pó de arroz. And I was like, ah, and Bogo is Fluminense. And Bogo was looking at him like, what the hell? And everyone started to laugh about it. And he was like, tô só sacaneando vocês, gente. Eu sou brasileira também. E o Bogo, meu Deus! Foi muito bom.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Uh-huh.
And the interesting thing is this idea of Brazilians or Portuguese speakers just popping up out of nowhere was very, very common in
Uh-huh.
London. So before we got to the Italian restaurant, we tried to eat at an Indian restaurant.
Thank God we didn't go.
Alexia does not like spicy food. But at the door, the host, the guy that gives you your table, he kind of seemed like a strange guy wearing like a strange hat and strange beard and had a perfect British accent and was like, sorry, it's going to be like
1 hour and a half.
1 hour and a half. And we're like, oh, no, that's fine. And then we were talking like in Portuguese, like, a gente quer esperar, no. And then he's like, se fala português. In perfect Portuguese. And we're like, oh, are you Brazilian? He's like, no, it's so grego. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah, I trained capoeira and I live with my teacher.
He is from Campinas and he taught me how to speak Portuguese. And all of us, we were like, we can't speak Portuguese on the streets anymore because everyone will understand us.
Yeah, the big lesson learned is be careful what you say in Portuguese in London and in most big cities in the world because there are a lot of Portuguese speakers out there.
Yeah, yeah. When we came to Spain, right, we went to Granada. And in Granada, we met this Brazilian that we already talked about it. And she was telling us that London is the place nowadays for Brazilians to go because there are a lot of jobs, a lot of things to do, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, London is a land full of opportunities. So I think the last story we should end with today, Alexia, is we went to a concert on our last night in London with one of my favorite singers named Erland Oy. He is... Ooh,
Gabby.
Gabby's mad at someone. It's one of the guys from a band called Kings of Convenience. They are a band from Norway. And he has a new group called La Comitiva or La Comitiva.
La Comitiva Band.
Yes. And they are a group of Italians. They live in Italy. They played a lot of different songs. And then out of nowhere, they played a Brazilian samba song, right?
Yeah, yeah. And I think there was me and another Brazilian like in front of it, and we were like, hey!
It was very obvious who the Brazilian was. So then...
In a perfect Portuguese.
Yeah. And then...
And playing cavaquinho, sorry.
Playing cavaquinho. And then one of my favorite singers of all time, Erland, got down off the stage and started to dance with people and obviously saw Alexia dancing samba. And then they just started sambando together. He literally just pushed me aside and started dancing with her.
I don't know who you're jealous of. If it's me.
I'm jealous of everyone in this situation.
Quick tip. This band is going to São Paulo and Rio, the end of the year.
Yeah.
December.
La Comitiva. They're playing at Circo Voador and someplace in São Paulo.
Yeah.
You should check them out. Be careful what you say in Portuguese. And we will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. If you like what we do, if you want to support the show, here's what you can do. Leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Android, wherever you listen to the podcast. It really helps other people discover the show. And you can sign up for our VIP newsletter. So each time we release new courses, early discounts for Sound School, new worksheets, special discounts, the people on our newsletter are the first to know. So if you are interested in the things we are doing, go to inglesnuecru.com and sign up. And as always, keep up the good fight and lose well. Até já.